Gus here, and today we're going to rank a bunch of shooters on family friendliness. I'm not going to discuss every game in detail because there are a lot of similarities that will cause the different games to land in the tiers that they do, but where there are differences that are important, we will be discussing them. First, we're going to start with the Blood and Guts games, and this is going to be Doom Eternal, Call of Duty, Outriders, DayZ, and 0 Hour. And these are all going to land firmly in rank D for our list. The reason these land in D tier is because of the frankly over-the-top blood and gore, as well as having other concerns. Each of these games does have some redeeming qualities, but they're hard to see through the film of blood and guts on the camera. Next, we've got a couple games that could be S tier, but are held back by predatory monetization systems. And these are World of Tanks and War Thunder. You could also put World of Warships and World of Warplanes in here as well, but I haven't played those games recently, so I'm leaving them off the list. These games are really awesome and lack a lot of the things that parents would be concerned about when it comes to their kids playing shooters. But because of the way these games are monetized, players may feel hampered if they don't spend hundreds of dollars on in-game vehicles. Similarly, Rainbow Six Siege, Valorant, and Rogue Company suffer under similar monetization systems, as well as featuring more personal combat that lands them firmly in C tier. The only thing keeping them out of D tier is that their blood and gore is far more tame than the titles already in D tier. Up in B tier, we have a bevy of games that have both concerning aspects as well as some really interesting positives. For the Battlefield franchise as well as Sniper Elite, the balance is between their blood and gore as well as their historical immersion. For Enlisted and The Cycle, the main concern is microtransactions. However, these games are not as over the top as some of the others we've covered on this list. Finishing out B tier is Overwatch, Counter-Strike, and Destiny. These games are a lot more like the games in C tier than some of the others here in B. However, they have much more consumer-friendly monetization systems, and that is much appreciated. Finishing out C tier, we've got PUBG, Warframe, and Team Fortress 2. These games are not particularly problematic in any one specific way. However, they do have almost all of the things most parents would be concerned about to some degree. Wrapping up D tier, we have the Far Cry franchise. Honestly, this should probably be in an E or F tier, however, I didn't want a tier of only one game. This one takes the same level of blood and gore as the rest of the games in D tier, and also adds further concerns about nudity as well as drug and alcohol use. Saving the best for last, we get to S tier, and the first game we're going to put there is Fortnite. Fortnite is one of the most prominent battle royale games to date, and the cartoony take on violence and extremely ignorable microtransactions make this a pretty easy recommendation for most ages. While Splitgate takes itself a little more seriously in the combat department, its emphasis on team gameplay modes and friendly monetization lift it out of A tier and into S. To learn more about these games, you can check out a playlist right here for in-depth looks at each of them as well as others in the genre.